let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
Three of us in this room.
That's right, there's three of us in this room, and I've hit start record. Hello, welcome to the concession stand. I'm Wokey, and I'm here with Zenrot.
Oh.
My brother, Yaboiknux.
Hey.
Yaiomom.
Hi.
And that's it, that's everyone.
I like how Nux got the "this is my brother" and then your sister did not get the...
I didn't get nothing.
I ran out of Steam.
It's okay.
Steam's not even on the desktop.
Shut up. And this is my sister Yaiomom. And we're all here together as a family plus Zenrot.
Also, I want to point out how even with your family on, that was still just the modcast intro beat for beat, 100%.
I try and I don't succeed. I do try and think of new intros every single time I'm waiting to do something, and then every time it comes up here, I immediately fall back to what I was gonna do originally.
Oh.
It's a never-ending winning cycle. So anyway, I brought my family here today with me to this concession stand because we wanted to see something together. Four of us. I was gonna say five. The fifth one is the Holy Spirit, of course, who is always with us anywhere we go. But today I decided that we should all watch Dragonball Evolution because I felt what would be a better family entertainment movie.
This is the worst decision of your life.
That was you could have picked something better.
How do you feel about the decision to watch this, Zen?
Everyone should see this movie at least one time in their lives. It might be the worst movie I've ever seen. Legitimately.
Is.
I've seen bad movies, right? I've seen a lot of bad movies. But this was an okay movie, but it was still bad in the contest.
Of all time.
Of all time. Of American anime movies, worse.
Arguably the trendsetter, just like how Iron Man came out and everyone was like, Marvel movies are up top. That Dragon Ball Evolution movie came out and it's 100 years of bad anime movies. So let's get started. I'm going to do a quick summary if you have not seen Dragon Ball Evolution. I'm going to try and give the quickest thing I can. Dragon Ball Evolution is based off of the manga Dragon Ball, but it's not based off of the
Probably
first...
should say based off of.
It's loosely
affiliated with.
Someone read a Spark Notes of after the King Piccolo saga, and most of Dragon Ball
read
Z...
Dragon Ball and was like, "This sucks shit. I could do way better." And
yes.
That's where it's from.
And so they decided to. So just to show you, Dragon Ball is based off of Journey to the West, and so is this, because this starts off in space, just like Journey to the West. And I think you get a narration from Gohan as he says, long ago in the stars there were aliens and shit.
Not little baby Gohan.
Not baby Gohan, yeah. Grandpa Gohan. We'll call him Grandpa Gohan just to not get confused with the other Gohan. Grandpa Gohan starts and says that long ago Piccolo showed up, and then he also had an Ozaru with him, and he launched war.
That's a great ape for those of you dubbies. That's a great ape.
Yeah, the great ape. Someone used the Mafudori or something, but I think it's the evil containment wave for us dub people, which is how I know it.
Mafuba.
The Mafuba, yeah. So they knew Bufalo, and then they taught him Mabufala. So they were able to see
with the afro.
What? Say it again.
I think that's the Pokemon with the afro. Bufalo.
Oh, Bufalo is
Bufaland.
Bufaland? Yeah. I'm talking about the persona move Bufalo.
Bufu.
Bufu.
Yeah, Bufu.
Yeah,
anyway, so they use the Mabufu on Piccolo, and they're able to seal him away, and then Ozaru decides to just kind of chill and fade away into existence, because that's how that works. And so the story begins with Goku, who is a spiky-haired American boy, or he looks like an American boy, and he's training with his grandpa, Gohan, an old Asian man. And you immediately know that this child is adopted because his grandpa is extremely Asian, and he is not. So he's training him. There's some way. Say it again. Sorry.
Phenomenal, by the way, because they're on a tightrope with the fakest kung fu fighting you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, it's similar to the style of Hidden Dragon, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, where it's that kind of wire fu, where everyone's just bouncing around, but it's not good because it's not the same. It's not Ong Li, so it's not the same type of direction there. Anyway, so they're
All
doing...
that was like, this would be really cool, and then they just couldn't figure out how to actually do it.
No, not at all. They could not figure it out. So he's training, some wacky hijinks happen. I want to say Goku throws something into his grandpa's mouth.
A fly.
He throws a
that
fly.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he really disrespects his grandfather by putting something in his mouth mid-fight.
And still lost.
Yeah, he still
Okay.
loses.
It's disgusting.
It is. He loses, and Gohan goes like, haha, my son, aren't you good? And he's like, it's not good, Grandpa, I suck, and everyone at school makes fun of me, and I can't fight back. And Gohan's like, dude, chill the fuck out, it's okay. And he's like, it's not okay.
Happy birthday, Goku.
By the way, it's also Goku's 18th birthday. In this universe, Goku is an 18-year-old white guy. And he decides he goes to high school. There's a scene where Goku goes to high school because this is all what we wanted to see. We see a bully, a main black bully, and his white friend make fun of Goku and call him Geeko. because this movie's rated PG. And
Is it really? Is it really rated PG?
It's rated PG. There's no blood in it at all.
Oh God.
How do you think I was able to watch it?
Exactly.
You know, I want to make this a point. I paid to watch this movie.
You paid to watch this movie?
I paid to watch this
Why'd you
movie.
pay?
It too. I went to the theater to watch this.
No,
Oh.
I mean, I paid to see it.
Again.
this.
I gave you a
For
link
this.
with the movie.
What? The
Okay.
internet exists. Why
But
would you ever do
I
that?
felt bad. I felt bad.
That all
How do you feel
The
now?
pirating
I
is
feel
justified, don't you?
Worse. Because I spent $4 to
Yeah,
watch this.
all of us combined, you basically spent $1 for each of us.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, you make a shit movie. I understand. Let me pay you because I feel bad.
Just feel bad for the people in there in general. So he's in high school. He gets made fun of by the black guy. This is where you meet Chi-Chi, who is wearing much more clothes than you see her in the first Dragon Ball. So that's a plus. And also she's also a 18-year-old girl, let's say, I assume, because it's the same age as Goku. He has a crush on her. And I want to say before this, Grandpa Gohan gives him a gift, right?
Yeah.
Is this
He gives him the 4-star Dragon Ball.
He gives it before he goes to school.
Yeah.
Okay, so before he goes to school, he gives him like the 4-star Dragon Ball. And at school, you learn that Grandpa Gohan, I think, has been homeschooling Goku, because the first thing the teacher asks, so Goku, tell us something about history. He's like, my grandpa told us the Namecs are going to destroy the world again.
No,
No, the eclipse.
There was an eclipse coming. He's like, Goku, what does it mean that an eclipse is coming? He's like, oh, that means the Namecs are coming.
My grandpa said the Namecs are going to come and take us over again.
Zaru's gonna rampage.
And then he says this in such a way that's like, yeah, the Namecs are coming? Did no one else hear about this? Am I the only one who knows about the Namecs? And he gets laughed at, of course, because it's fucking stupid what he just said out loud. So then he gets something... Chi-Chi's trying to open her locker, and he uses his magic key to force open every single locker. And of course she goes, holy shit, you can use magic and shit. That's
Like energy blasts, not like actually keys that open lockers.
Oh, yeah. You think that's the joke, that he used keys to open a locker? But either way, he does it, and then Chi-Chi knows what's up because she's the only Asian student in this with him. So she's like, I know Ki. Duh. You should come to my party. And he's like, oh, that's bitchin'. So then he decides to go, and he sneaks out because Grandpa Gohan's making him the most bitchin' birthday party ever. He got, like, lizard.
He has, like, chicken feet. He got the cake, you know, he's like, we're gonna party. And Goku's like, psych, I'm gonna gel my hair and go to this mansion that Chi-Chi has. Okay, she has a mansion.
Yeah, Chi-Chi. Before then, I should also mention that they're showing that Piccolo is going around with some Asian lady.
It's Mai.
They say it's Mai,
Yeah.
but it's like nothing like the Mai we know. Piccolo shoots a woman in the head and steals a Dragon Ball. You do not see that. You just know that that woman is dead because she was protecting her lady.
Doesn't she come in the end, though?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
when I looked up the synopsis, it turns out it's a different Asian woman.
Oh, oops.
So spoilers for up ahead.
You got your Asians wrong.
So
I
you
did. But I want to make it a point that Piccolo looks like the Green Goblin. Just saying. I think this is like a Spider-Man parallel with Goku and
And-
the Green Goblin.
He looks like he just looks like a living pickle.
No, he doesn't. He looks like the Green Goblin.
I don't know what
He
Piccolo.
actually does look like the Green Goblin.
You see?
And there's also
Yeah.
a scene at the party that's totally a Spider-Man scene where the bullies try to beat him up, but he like shows off his sick combat skills and he makes the bullies look stupid. And it's exactly the same scene from the first Spider-Man where Spider-Man punches Flash.
Yes,
Easy.
and also I just want to say he makes the bullies destroy his car because you can't make Goku look too much like a dick. So the bullies destroy it, and all I could think of was when the bully looked at his car. All I could think of was Street Fighter 2 with the guy going, "Oh my car."
I'm sorry, but like after that one part where Goku slides on his hair.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
We should mention that. I think they're making a fun of the fact that Goku has crazy hair and that no matter what he does, it can't stay down. But that makes sense for anime Goku.
But not real life.
But not this real dude just looks like he has a lot of spiky hair. He doesn't have the crazy anime hair like Yugi does.
No, it looks like he put his head in gel and walked out like that.
Yeah. Very bad hair effects.
And then I went to go make coffee.
Yes. And also, so Goku is at Chi-Chi's bitchin' party. He says, "This is the greatest birthday party I've ever had." She's like, "Oh, happy birthday, I didn't know." And then they cut to maybe the best shot in the entire movie, a sad Grandpa Gohan with cake. Looking on like, where the hell is my Goku? I was gonna throw him the greatest party ever. But then it turns out being bad because Piccolo shows up and totally destroys the house, but not him looking for the 4-star Dragon Ball, which Goku has at this point. Goku has like force powers in this movie, so he immediately goes, "Oh no, I think there's something wrong with my grandpa," even though Chi-Chi's going like, "Wait, what's going on? We were just talking." He goes, he finds his grandpa Gohan, and he goes, "No, grandpa, you're dying." And he goes, Goku.
Go.
Goku.
Goku.
Piccolo also Darth Vader crush their house.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has force powers. This is never brought up again. But he totally, like, force chokes him out. And then that's how he kind of is able to one-up him. Before this part, Goku, when he's explaining that it's his 18th birthday, he's like, "Oh, yeah, my grandpa was going to tell me something super important on my 18th birthday." Even though Goku has probably been hearing about this his entire life, on his 18th birthday, he decides to say fuck off to his grandpa and go hang out with Chi-Chi instead. It's kind of amazing. Anyway, so his grandpa is dead. He buries him. And now my cat is complaining that she wants to be let out. So I'm going to tell my brother.
She really hates this movie too, so it's okay.
Does. So my brother's going to get up. From here, I think the movie becomes... He buries Gohan, right?
In like a very shallow grave.
Yeah, he basically buries his
You
grandpa.
put a rock on top of him and said bye.
He put 7.
He put a 7 on it?
He put like 7 rocks to symbolize, oh, it's a Dragon Ball.
I didn't see that.
I don't remember that.
I just was
part.
like, wow, what a shit bird.
But I think at this point, this is when Bulma shows up because she's looking for her Dragon Ball that has been stolen by Piccolo at Capsule Corp.
Yeah.
And she is about to shoot Goku in the head, but then he goes, "I don't have your ball. Mine has 4 stars on it." And she's like, "Oh shit, I was about to kill you." And he's like, "Uh-huh, yeah, right. I totally had that situation covered." And so she goes like, "Let's go on an adventure to find all the Dragon Balls, to find my Dragon Ball or something." And then he goes, "Okay, cool, but how are we going to get out of here?" And then Volma unveils her awesome Capsule Corp tech, which is just summons a motorcycle out of nowhere. Goku kind of... This is the first sign of Goku just kind of going, cool, which is his reaction to anything. Like, he sees anything that's interesting and he goes,
Yeah.
awesome. Cool.
You forgot.
Yeah.
You forgot to mention that the agreement he had with Bulma was to find Roshi as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're looking for Master Roshi. Muton Roshi, for anyone who just watches Japanese. So, they go looking for Master Roshi. They try looking him up on the Yellow Pages, which is their version of it. Goku makes a smart-ass joke about, you should look under Master, which you can't find it under Roshi. Which is maybe the one okay joke in the entire thing.
No, it's unacceptable.
It's like, why are you going into the Yellow Pages to find someone?
Especially when he's supposed to be, like, extremely hard to find.
Especially when they have, like, 3 days until the eclipse is over.
Yeah, they also have to find these Dragon Balls in 3 days. And So, and Bulma should also have the dragon radar, so she should be able to automatically find Master Roshi because he has a dragon. It doesn't matter. Anyway, they're able to find him, and they find the sleeping old man.
That's how they find Master Roshi.
Is that how they find him?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
That's how they find him.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought they were like, oh, Master, and they're like, oh, there he is. Let's go.
No, Bulma's like, oh, there's a Dragon Ball nearby. Let's go get it.
Oh, okay.
In a house in the middle of like Central Park, New York, there's just Master Roshi's house on like a rock.
We're just in Detroit the entire movie.
No, it looks like they're just in New York. It doesn't look like they're in anywhere.
It doesn't. It looks vaguely somewhere.
Yeah.
It does. It's not sure if this is like Earth, or this is like a weird Dragon Ball universe. Never really explained. Anyway, they go to Master Roshi's house. They find a sleeping old man. This sleeping old man knows kung fu. He fights Goku for a while, and then Goku uses some chi or ki. I don't know which is the right vernacular in this case, but he stops himself. And he goes like, oh yes, Grandpa Gohan taught me. And he's like, oh, Grandpa Gohan, how's he doing? He's like, he's dead. Oh. I'm very sorry. And so from this point, Master Roshi joins them because they learn about that Piccolo is actually real. All the stories he heard about Piccolo are true. So now they're going to team up, find the Dragon Balls, and stop him. Now this is the part I don't remember. Do they meet Yamcha next?
No,
Yes.
they're
on the road.
They're on the road to Verillion City,
Yeah.
and then
They get stuck in a hole.
They get stuck in a hole.
And then Yamcha's like, hey.
Yeah.
and then he just shows up and he's like, "You can get out. You gotta pay." And then
Yeah, in the most surfer bro version of Yamcha you could imagine. This is maybe the perfect casting where they were able to find an Asian guy who could perfectly do Californian, like, hey bro, what's up?
And then Bulma's like trying to seduce him, and he's like, psych. And then
I only care about the money.
And I only care about the money. And then Goku's like, wait, I know how to get out. And then
He jumps really
and then
high.
he jumps really high. When he could have done that when they got inside the hole.
And it didn't work.
And it didn't work.
And then Roshi did it.
Yeah.
And then it worked.
And then they team up with Yamcha because there's a Dragon Ball where they got stuck under the hole, and Yamcha just, I guess, decides to join up because he's gonna get money out of the deal.
So what Master Roshi, he's like, oh, do you want to be like the richest person in the world? Because Bulma says she wanted to get the Dragon Balls to make energy and make millions.
Infinite supply of energy.
Yeah. So then he's like, you get 30%, and Yamcha's like, whoa, that's a lot of money. I'm a J.
And then he pulls out a giant drill.
Yeah, then
And then he drills to find like the third Dragon Ball.
yeah, he does have this humongous drill. So they find the Dragon Ball, and at this point, I'm trying to remember. There's a part where Goku goes to visit Chi-Chi, who's in a martial arts tournament.
No.
No,
So,
they go to find.
They find there's a radar on the Dragon Ball radar. They're like, there's a Dragon Ball. And he's like, oh, this is where we should train. This is like the special training spot. And then there's a training school, and Chi-Chi's there. She's like, oh, I didn't want to tell anyone that I was a fighter. And then he's like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
He's like,
We somehow got this far without mentioning the scene where Goku fantasizes about Chi-Chi eating a strawberry.
That's right, I forgot. There's like an extremely sensuous scene where Goku's just like sitting alone.
That was back in the classroom.
Yeah, in the
That was
classroom.
in the classroom during the lesson.
Oh, okay.
Goku has flashbacks to two things. One is of Ozaru showing up out of nowhere, and the second one is Chi-Chi eating a strawberry.
The third one being all of his friends dying.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
too, but let's assume that
No one
that
cares
also-
about that part.
No one
No one
cares
cares
about that
them
part.
dying. We
The
only
reason
care
I
about
didn't,
Chi-Chi.
the only reason I didn't bring up the Chi-Chi part is because it's so incidental to anything that happens.
I mean, the whole movie's
Like
incidental.
the second best scene in the movie.
Fair enough. It is the second best scene in there. So this is where you learn Chi-Chi can fight, and then they're collecting Dragon Balls. I think at one point Mai shows up.
Yeah, it was
That's
back in the
the-
volcano part.
Yeah.
That's the
Because-
girl with Piccolo, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
because apparently they took blood out of Piccolo and cloned a bunch of weird things.
They're like the putties from Power Rangers, basically.
Yeah, that's right. There's like a scene where he's in a weird spaceship thing, and then I think it's supposed to be similar to like in Dragon Ball when King Piccolo would like baby up something out of his mouth, but they decided that was too silly.
Up
So
A spawn. So instead they made the putties from Power Rangers.
exactly, and they fight those for a bit.
When
They-
did they fight them? At the volcano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you're right. And they use them as stepping stones to get to the Dragon Ball.
And then
Yeah.
Mai shows up.
Yeah, and then they're learning about Chi-Chi stuff, and then at this point, I want to say they go to Ernie Hudson's house.
That's the black guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget. I don't remember his name in there. I just know that's Ernie Hudson.
The temple.
Yeah, they go to the temple.
It's been 2 days right by now.
Yeah, it has. And I think they're going to go to the temple to train Goku to fight Piccolo because I think they figured out we're never going to get all these damn Dragon Balls.
No, they were just getting the Mafuba.
Oh, that's right. They go to get there to get the Mafubu. This is where you learn if Roshi uses it, it's going to kill him. And he's fine with that. But before then, he wants to teach Goku the Kamehameha. And the Kamehameha wave. Whichever way you want to say it, it's fine. This is the point where they show her at a tournament and Goku goes. I don't remember. There's a lot of like them going back to Chi-Chi at this tournament.
Well,
no, they're in the same place.
Like Chi-Chi shows up, and he's training to light the candles. I mean the lanterns, and she's like, "Oh, if everyone that you light up, you step closer, you know." And he's like, "Poof, poof, poof," and then
he messes up, and then she walks away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's failing at making this wave until Chi-Chi shows up and's like, "I'll let you maybe smell me," and he's immediately like, real shit, and he shoots like 5 of them. He like awakens to his potential.
But then he messes up on the last one.
Yeah, he messes up.
But
so
then he lights him again.
But he cheats. No, that was before then. And then they this kind of is where the movie goes into, where Goku's training and then Piccolo's doing some dastardly shit. You see Mai went to go into a tournament Chi-Chi was in, and then just fights Chi-Chi, and then she gives up, and then Chi-Chi yells, "Why would you do that? I didn't want to win this way."
I
think the fight happened before the whole him training, though.
It might have. I just remembered that's where she gets blood.
Because they kiss after the whole lantern thing. And then the Yamcha and Bulma,
they're just
they're
talking.
They're like, oh, like Chi-Chi comes out of Goku's room, and he's like, oh, I didn't know he had it in him. And then Goku's walking down the hall, and then on the radar, the Dragon Balls are gone.
Oh yeah, that happens after the tournament thing. Is it
before or after?
It has to be after because at the tournament is where she gets the blood to turn
after
into
the Kamehameha.
After they kiss is my question.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
That's after.
I don't remember them kissing at all, to be honest.
We also skipped over the one part where it's just Bulma and Yamcha talking.
That's because it's just Bulma and Yamcha talking.
But they talk a lot.
Yeah, they talked a lot, and I was like,
yeah, they were like at a bar, right?
No, they were just in some marketplace.
You're right.
Some vaguely Asian marketplace.
But what were they doing there was my question.
They were like, oh, I guess we're gonna die. And Bulma's like, well, if we get that wish, I'll give you 30%. Remember that. And Yamcha's like, I wanted 33. That was the whole scene.
That's right. That's supposed to build up the relationship because they're supposed to be lovers.
It's not even relevant.
But they don't become lovers.
Anyway, the Dragon Balls gets...
Remember that they thought they were gonna get 2 sequels off of this.
They did.
Oh, let's bring...
We'll wait till the end, because at this point, let's just say the Dragon Balls get stolen, but Goku punches out Chi-Chi. Because he thought it was like a fake Chi-Chi. It's like the classic Groucho Marx at the mirror bit, except for with magic. Mai's able to fly away, jumping style, and then they realize, like, I guess we're going to have to go fight them. I think at this point, Goku randomly puts on his gi.
No. So, you missed the the part when I was talking about him coming down the hallway. That happens. Yeah. He beats up the wrong Chi-Chi. Mai gets away, and then they're like, "Well, I guess we gotta go find it." They like run out, but at the time, he like, I think when he was going through his grandpa's stuff, he finds the suit or whatever.
That was back at when they were at the house.
But then, what happens between that? There's a scene between that and them fighting Piccolo, because when he puts it on...
Yeah, they're driving to Piccolo.
They're driving to Piccolo.
They're just driving?
They're just driving.
That's the missing scene that you're thinking...
Is that the missing scene I'm thinking of? They're just driving?
They're driving to Piccolo.
And then Roshi tries to fight Piccolo on the car.
Ernie Hudson make sure to give him the Mafubu before they go. So they go to meet up Piccolo. At this point, I think I forget the sequence of it, where I think Roshi's getting ready to prepare the Mafubu, but then Goku's confronting Piccolo, and then Piccolo goes, "He never told you, Gohan, did he?" I'm not looking to summon Ozaru. You are Ozaru. And then you see like a flashback of Goku going, no, as like you see him like as a baby alien coming down from
white baby with a tail in the middle of a field. He's like, you were born here. And he's like, no.
And then he has like a Wolfman transformation into the shittiest giant ape you've ever seen.
It's not even big.
He has boots on.
He destroys his gi that he's wearing, but it doesn't completely go away.
Yeah, that's the only time we see the gi.
He rips.
We see it at the grandpa house, and then he puts it on, rips.
So then Roshi tries to seal up.
You didn't check the size.
So then Roshi tries to seal up Piccolo, but it's not working because there's a giant fucking rampaging ape stopping him.
Yeah.
And so, like, right before Roshi's about to die, he's being choked out by Goku, and he goes, Goku, remember who you are.
He snaps his neck.
And then he snaps his neck, and then Goku is so angry that he's able to revert back to human. He's like, I'm not your monkey anymore.
And Piccolo says, no.
And at this point, before this, just to tell you what Yamcha and Bulma are doing, they're, I think, fighting Mai. And then that ends with just Yamcha shoots Mai at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bulma gives him the gun, and she's like, I can do this by myself. And they're like, she's fighting with Mai, and she's losing.
And she ran out of bullets.
And then Yamcha comes, and he shoots, and she's like, I had this covered. Like, okay.
And Yamcha's like...
And so that's the last thing Yamcha does. So if you were ever expecting the Wolf Fang Fist, it never shows up. The closest you get is Yamcha shoots a gun at a girl from the back.
The best we get for Yamcha is that he's some bandit.
He has like the perfect surfer voice. I've never seen something like that.
He actually was the only good voice that I thought.
Nothing was good.
I think he was alright. We'll get to that later. But let's finish up this damn movie. Goku and Piccolo are now fighting, and then it's starting to look a little bit like a Z fight because people are like going around shit, and then they decide to do the ultimate Dragon Ball Z move, which is do a beam struggle. Piccolo does a nondescript ki wave, and then Goku summons up his energy and does the most fucked up looking Kamehameha that I've ever seen, where he literally like the Kamehameha. What do you know about it? They stand fucking still. What does he do? He uses it, and then he launches himself into Piccolo's face.
We forgot the scene. The Kamehameha can heal Goku.
I'll mention that later. There's too much stupid shit going on that I need to...
Yeah, but no.
We'll mention that later. Don't worry. We'll get to it.
It heals him? That I don't remember.
Okay, we'll get to it. But anyway, either way, he's able to blast Piccolo straight up in the face, and...
apparently he dies. I don't know.
Yeah.
He goes away. The Green Goblin isn't going to come back until later.
Yeah, so now they have all 7 Dragon Balls, and they're like, man, you know what we should do? We should bring back Roshi.
And he's like blue. He's like dead. He's hella dead.
Piccolo is dead, yeah. At this point, as far as they're concerned...
Not Piccolo, Roshi. He's like on the rock, like dead. Passed out, dead.
Yeah. So, anyone with any sense would go like, oh, so they're going to wish like anyone who was killed by Piccolo come back to life, right? Mm-hmm. No, they just wish Roshi back to life.
Well, they didn't know anyone else died.
Fucking Grandpa Gohan died!
Oh, shit, that's right.
They make a wish, they're like, oh, Roshi's like, oh, I was in a wonderful place, and then your grandpa kicked me out.
Oh yeah, I forgot he had a grandpa.
So then Dragon Ball ends, and then everyone's happy, and then Goku's like, I'm sorry I punched you in the face. And then she's like, oh, it's okay, I was holding back. He's like, no, you weren't. It's like, well, if we're gonna date, we're gonna have to settle this in the ring. And Rocky 2 style, it ends with a cut as both of them go punching towards each other.
I forgot it did end that way. Oh my god.
No resolution. Master Roshi's alive. His grandpa's still dead. The Dragon Balls are gone. And Goku has a broken...
They say they're gonna go looking for them again, just because they promised Bulma they would. And then the end credits scene, you see a nondescript Asian woman is healing King Piccolo back to life, because apparently Goku's not very good at killing. It's not mine.
No,
it's a different Asian
This is
woman.
what I get for paying for this movie. When I paused it to go to the bathroom, it says the characters on the screen, and it said Mai.
Okay, so they're saying that
so Amazon said it was Mai.
All right, Amazon says it's Mai. Wikipedia said that it was a nondescript Asian woman.
Who would believe? Who knows?
Believe? So that's Dragon Ball Evolution in like a nutshell, in a very terribly told way, but...
Get ready for the next one.
Get ready for the next one.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
We've been talking for a while. Zen, now that this movie is done, I want you to say, how do you feel about this movie?
This movie is such a fucking piece of shit. It's the worst thing. Everything sucks. Bulma, they decided, I guess, that blue hair as a wig was just completely unacceptable, so she just has like one little streak of blue hair. It's just like, it's one little thing.
Go ahead.
It disturbed me so bad because Bulma is known for her hair, and I saw her, and I was like, who is this bitch? And I was like, if this is Bulma, I'm gonna scream. She's like, Bulma Blitz. I was like, no!
Nice blowing out my mic there.
Ow.
And then Yamcha has like the bleach blonde, like...
And he's brown.
Early surfer, yeah.
It really does look...
He's brown, is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Well, he lives in the desert. It really does look like... It's the sun is on! And it's not out of the sun, you get tan!
I don't tan!
Well, that's different, we're brown!
Tan.
Brown doesn't tan!
It's brown.
It's just brown.
I'm just saying that if Yamcha's living out there in the desert, he would get brown.
He's brown and blonde.
Okay.
Either way, it does look like for Yamcha, they didn't do a casting call. They just went to the beach and looked for an Asian dude and was like, "Can you make a California accent?" He's like, "What's an accent?" And they're like, "Perfect." Continue with your breakdowns then.
The Kamehameha is airbending in this movie, which is not a thing that exists in Dragon Ball at all, or probably existed in anything before they were like, hey, kids really like that Avatar show. I bet more kids watch that than Dragon Ball. So let's just call it that shit.
Yeah, they do that a lot. It's very sad.
Stretching the earphone.
Remember when they summoned Shenron and he's like tiny?
Yeah,
He's so tiny.
He's a tiny dragon boy.
He's the size of an iguana.
He's a baby lizard. He comes out, I was like, oh, it's a little garden snake. And it's like...
Yeah.
And he's like...
He doesn't even talk.
Like, Shenron has such a, like, iconic design in that when you think of Shenron and you think of the dragon, you automatically know how it looks like. So even at the end where I was like, oh, I wonder how they're going to make Shenron look, I was like, that fucking looks nothing like Shenron.
Well, the movie
like a little Digimon looking thing.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It does look like someone, like, that was an asset for a failed live-action Digimon movie that they just said, like, that was Hydrogeddon or something. And the Hydromon, and they was like, screw it, let's put it in the Dragon Ball movie. No one's gonna know the difference.
Okay.
And then what else, then?
Just everything. There's so many things. So for some reason they call Shenron Shenlong, which I guess is fine. But why? Why change it? For no reason?
He's not even that long.
I feel like this is like a Chinese knockoff Dragon Ball. Like, they couldn't get the rights to the names, or some of the names, so they were like, we gotta cut the cost somewhere.
You're saying Shenron has a better, like, writer than the other characters of Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Like, he put it in his contract, like, you better...
He got turned down.
It's just like the people who own Dragon Ball was like, you know what, you can fuck up Goku, you can fuck up Bulma, but you can't.
You have to show...
Not a mascot, you can't do that.
Much respect to Shenron, or shall you say him, Shenlong.
And they're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like...
This movie has, like, wicked Spider-Man vibes and wicked Power Rangers vibes. And that, when Piccolo's on, like, his giant evil airship that he has, the ground, and Mai is there, and they're like, now we will conquer Earth. It's like, it's just fucking Power Rangers shit.
Like how we only
all
see,
of it is.
We only see, like, 2 rooms.
In general, in the movie?
Yeah, of that one airship.
Oh, yeah. Well, they couldn't afford to make more of the airship.
They couldn't afford to make this movie worse than it already was.
They could.
I mean, the effects on it is very... Like, we already said, Piccolo looks kind of nothing like Piccolo. He does also have, like, an Ivan Ooze quality to him when you look at his face.
Yeah.
Ozaru
the
looks...
actor playing Piccolo is the voice of Zamasu in Dragon Ball Super, right?
Is it? Same guy?
What?
Same guy.
No way.
They really fucked him then.
They let him come back after doing Evolution.
It is me.
Is that your Rose? I'm sorry, could you do your Zamasu impression right now?
The English version of Zamas?
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm Zamas.
That sounds like your regular voice.
Kill all mortals.
Hello everybody, we're gonna kill all mortals. Yeah! But yeah, the effects on this are terrible. The giant ape looks neither giant or apish in any way.
Actually, like a dude in a costume. Like they didn't even try to make it look realistic. It's
No.
like it looks worse than like a Godzilla monster from the old Godzilla movies.
Hey, you can't trash on my
Hey,
Godzilla.
old,
I
You
mean,
can't do that.
old Godzilla movies were good.
Yeah, they're better than whatever the fuck
You
this
know, I'd
monster
rather
is.
there be an actual suit that they put on and they destroy than they make something that looks like a suit that doesn't destroy. You know?
How awesome would it be actually if it had cut to like a 1970s footage of a giant ass ape and like those old costume designs of Godzilla? They just
That would
reused.
have been better. That's the problem.
It would have
That
been.
would have been more enjoyable.
They just cut to footage from Godzilla versus King Kong without King Kong in it.
They put like a
Without Godzilla.
they put like a PNG of the character.
They put a giant PNG of an ape there, and they're just like, imagine this, and they're shaking it around like.
Movie
I actually know if
magic.
this scene happened or not, because I might just be full of shit. But I distinctly remember a scene where I think it's Yamcha, like, has the gun on Mai, and then Ozaru Goku fucking blasts through this, like, styrofoam rock wall.
I
the
think
shit out of
it
him.
does happen.
That happens.
And then it just cuts
that
away, and
that
no one knows what happened.
Yeah, that totally happens.
That happens at like the beginning of the fight.
Man, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie that I think my brain is trying to forget. Like, again, the Chi-Chi strawberry thing just completely out of mind.
The Chi-Chi strawberry thing is easily the best scene in the movie, because he's sitting publicly in science class, and he looks like he's about 2 seconds away from just starting to beat off. His own fantasy of
So
Chi-Chi,
true.
with his teacher right in front of him.
He just starts beating it as a Goku,
And
what are
then-
you doing? Looks deep into his eyes.
The teacher just like cox blocks him, and he's like, "What's an eclipse?" And he's like, "The Namex came down from Mars."
My grandpa said the Nimbix are coming.
My grandpa says that. No, that's it. I was gonna just say good day, Mixian. Yeah, and then some other really just terrible things is that it feels like they don't understand. It's similar to what we had problems with the X-Men stuff. Like, remember all the times we said, like, it feels like they add characters and they don't know what they're good for? This is every single character they don't understand the point of. Like, the Goku is, for the people who like Goku, is supposed to be a lovable idiot. This Goku is literally just an idiot.
It's not a likable Tommy Maguire. That's what it is.
An unlikable Tobey Maguire. Yeah, that's kind of what he is. He's an idiot, but then he's also, like, extremely horny, which is not what Goku is at all. It feels like all the
Yeah.
all the horny that Master Roshi was, they put inside Goku.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Master Roshi
They
had like
meet Master Roshi, and he does a fucking dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He had one bikini magazine. That was it. A bikini magazine.
Well,
That
that's
was
because
it.
if they were actually going to show what Master Roshi, like, reads, that would be, like, rated PG-13. Like, they would have to up it up a rating.
like, come on. You know what? I can't blame Hollywood for shit movies.
And
Like,
plus, Roshi only gropes Bulma once.
and it's not even like funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of like molesty.
It is. But no, when he but then,
Kind
like,
of molesting in the actual stuff, too.
he is also molesty. I'm just saying, the real character difference is that when Roshi is holding Bulma a second time, the real Roshi would have fucking grabbed her and kept holding her, knowing that he would have been hit. But this one is, like, immediately like, oh, no thank you, no
Me
hold.
Too movement can't do it.
2 strikes on my profile, I can't get another. And at least I think out of all the characters they actually try something with. Funny enough, I do think it's Yamcha and it is Master Roshi, because at least Roshi has, like, a certain sense of, like, I kind of don't give a fuck. Like, he has a
He
very...
really does come off like he doesn't give a shit about anything that's going on.
No, he like, the only time he cares is when he's talking to Ernie Hudson, and even then it's like I have to do this, Ernie Hudson. And he's like, okay, Master Roshi, here's a rice cooker for you to seal a Piccolo in.
And then they chant around it.
Yeah, they chant around it and everything. Man, okay, so here's another thing that I just want to get on how bad this movie is, that you kind of touched on it a little bit. They really don't understand what the hell the good thing about the Kamehameha is. Like, if you're watching Dragon Ball, or you don't even know Dragon Ball, that you know for a fact that at one point Goku yells Kamehameha and fucking blasts this thing while perfectly standing still. This version of the Kamehameha can do like 7 different things that it's never been able to do. It's able to take out. It's able to make fire for some reason. It's able.
Remember the big green dub, where every time Goku does anything, he screams Kamehameha. That's also this movie.
Yeah, but the big green
it
dub
doesn't matter
good.
what attack or thing that he's doing. He's just it's the Kamehameha. No matter what it is, that's all that matters.
That makes more sense to me than what they did. Like,
I mean, if they did that in the movie, I think it would have been funnier.
if every person just when they were doing an energy blast yelled Kamehameha.
He was just airbending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's able to put things on fire. At one point, Roshi uses it to resurrect Goku by healing him. He like just shoots it into his chest. And he's like, "Ah, yes, this will wake Goku up." And you're like, "What the fuck is going on? Why would you ever do? Why would you show this? It's like the sacred move that Goku knows." Like they're fucking up so many things, and by the end of it, when he's saying Kamehameha, you're going like, I've been waiting for this entire movie. Goku's finally gonna shoot it. He's gonna stand perfectly in place, and then no, he ends up fucking launching himself into the air to fucking dunk on Piccolo's face with the Kamehameha.
Just be like that. And
you're just like, oh god damn it, this sucks so much, and it's so terrible. Do you have anything to say about this movie, Nux? And how just terrible it is?
It scarred me for life.
You had not seen this movie until this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Like...
Remember so much about it.
Like
it looks like you're about to start crying.
Crying.
Like I feel like we need to do like a group hug right now because it looks so
I'm good. It's just like the night that I watched that was a Friday.
I was supposed to be doing something fun.
So like the rest of the day, I'm like, why?
You were like sad Pablo Escobar, just walking around waiting for someone to kill you. Just like, please, let this stop. Let my pain stop.
It was so bad that I was like, there's probably like a better Dragon Ball spin-off than this. And I found Goku teaching you how to...
Oh, you don't, we'll talk about, I'm saving that for like the concession stand 100th episode, Goku's safety training and Goku...
Fire safety?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll talk about the other thing that I watched. I watched a Japanese, like, Universal type show with Dragon Ball characters that starred Broly.
The live action one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and like the way they introduce
uses with the audience.
Yeah. And the way they brought in Broly is that he burst through a door, hands up like this.
You can't say he did like the Randy Orton pose if you've ever remembered that.
Yeah.
If you know the wrestler.
And then it was just better.
You're saying like an off-brand Chinese spin-off was better than the
No,
official?
it was licensed.
It was a licensed Japanese
by Bandai.
Well, they're gonna put more effort into it, obviously.
Was this movie anything with Bandai in it? Or did they just say, no, sorry, America?
You might know this better, Zen. Do you know if Bandai had any hands in this? I'm gonna say no because they're the games.
I put a whole lot of time into researching that shit, but Bandai is usually for toy and game distribution.
They made a PSP game that some crazy are saying is great.
Fucking PSP game for this, and a lot of people defend it, and
What PSP game?
There's a PSP game that's like it's all the characters you know and love, like Grandpa Gohan, and they're in the Tenkaichi fighting engine, and they look kind of like
the same engine. That's why the game is like moderately acceptable because it's just the same engine as other Dragon Ball games. But you're still playing as the fucking characters. You're playing as Justin Chatwin still.
Oh yeah, I think you're also I want to say they made a character for the bully because I want to say you fight the bullies as Goku at one point in the PSP game, but I could be remembering that.
So this is only going to be funny to me, but remember how I brought up the big green dub?
Yes.
One of the production companies that worked on this movie was Big Screen Productions.
Do you think that this was someone from the Big Green Dub just coming back in there going like, I think my vision of Dragon Ball was better. I think we can do this again.
The
We
voice
can
of
try again.
Let me dream.
Dream on.
Dream on.
It's a conspiracy.
Dream until your dreams come true.
Yeah, this movie
I
is...
looked up the writer for this movie, the guy who wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
And he's written apparently 2 things in his life. He's written Dragon Ball Evolution and the 1998 screenwriter of The Big Hit, starring Mark Wahlberg.
Wow. That's quite a pedigree, working with Mark... You know what Dragon Ball Evolution could have had? Marky Mark as Goku. Now that would have been a great movie. Chi-Chi, what we doing here? And I'm actually just doing the Joey accent. I'm trying to say Goku. Yeah, I
Mark
feel...
Wahlberg sounds like, though. He sounds like fucking Joey, so it's fine.
You, what we gonna do about my sister's operation?
Nothing.
I like your Yugi impersonation. It's very good. Thank you for playing with me.
No problem.
Yeah.
This movie had a fucking post-credit scene. They really thought they were going to get more of these.
So yeah, I want to say this is around the same era as Iron Man, right?
It's 2009.
So it had to be a year after, because Iron Man was 2008. You can't remember when Iron Man came out?
No.
Okay, either way, there's an alternate world where this movie was good, and like Marvel movies is fighting with like anime movies to see who is dominant at the box office. Like everyone's like, oh man, are you gonna see Avengers What the Fuck Infinity War, or are you gonna watch Shonen Jump's presents Max Festival with all the characters you know and love, because there's no like intertwining story between them?
I don't know, man. It's a battle. I don't know where my money would go.
You don't know where... Would you...
You know,
I would see some Shonen Jump, only if it meant, like, it would finally mean Luffy, Goku, and another big eater that I can't remember at the moment have an eating contest to decide who's the true champion of eating. But then it would have to be the shitty Goku we have now, so who knows?
No.
You guys seen the fucking poster for this movie?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
Where he's
Christ,
like,
it's... Oh my god, hang on. I'll send it to you. Oh my god. Everything about this is bad. Even, like, the shit that has nothing to do with the fucking movie is bad.
Yeah, everything about
That
this
sucks
is...
with this. It's a collaborative effort of dog shit from everybody.
Master your destiny. Oh, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Look at the guy poses, and then look at Bulma's fucking gun pose that she's doing. And then Maya's just stretching at the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah, she's doing like
She's
a real...
squatting.
She's squatting. She's
Her
doing the
leg.
like that like she like if you put her hands together, it looks like she's doing like the Birdman, but
It's the tracksuit pose.
Wait.
yeah.
Yamcha never used his fist.
Well,
That's
Yamcha's
not
not in.
Yamcha.
That's Master Roshi.
That's
That
Master
doesn't.
Poster,
Oh yeah.
it's Master Roshi.
I don't have glasses on.
I can clearly see that a shit, and shit with or without my glasses.
Yeah,
Show
it
his
looks...
fucking face.
The Bulma double gun is great because it kind of looks like she's in an off-brand Tomb Raider porn parody.
You're right. And then there's the Green Goblin. Then there's Kylo Ren at the bottom.
You know,
That's like it. It does kind of look like Kylo Ren. Now that you mention it, when she's squatting down, she does look like Kylo Ren.
you know, you could pass this off as a Mortal Kombat. Do you remember the live-action Mortal Kombat
You know what?
movie?
This actually does give me flashbacks to Mortal Kombat. The only difference is that first Mortal Kombat movie is at least respectful to the source material, because there's literally nothing in Mortal Kombat at that point. The difference between Mortal Kombat and this is that Dragon Ball has like a huge history. It has it has an extremely long story. I was going to say good and complicated, but it just is a very long story that like goes from different places, where you start with this boy who's like supposed to be like the Monkey King, and then he turns out to be an alien, and then a bunch of other stuff happens along the way, and then like he fights a fat guy, and it's a great story.
That's not where it started.
It's around that point. Which I was going to say, someone had to go up to that screenwriter and say, hello, this movie's called Dragon Ball. We need you to skip all this beginning bullshit that no one really knows, even though it's loved by a lot of fans. and go straight to the crazy alien things. And I know that it's going to be hard to do because the guy who wrote this literally probably came up with the alien idea the second he started Z. But good luck. And that's not an easy task to do. I'm pretty sure if you asked Akira Toriyama to go back to Dragon Ball and actually include references to the later on Z stuff, he would be unable to do it in a good way.
Probably, yeah.
I guess Jocko, well, how do you say his name? You're the official lore master in terms of how do you say character's name, right?
It's Jocko.
It's Jocko. Jocko's kind of that, but that's like kind of cheating because it's going like right after Jocko the space pirate, the space patrol man.
You looked at him like you didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, the Jocko has like his own manga where it talks about the events. Like, is it leading up to him hitting Earth, or does it end right when Goku hits Earth?
Pretty much ends when Goku hits the Earth.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of stuff dealing with it, but, it's easier for him to do it because I feel like he sometimes gets a lot of free passes, even though he has a lot of not free passes at the same time. So, it's the difficult thing to do. It just has adapting
a lot of it is like...
Go ahead.
So I was just going to say that a lot of it is like, these adaptations get made because they recognize that the IP is popular and that it will make money. Then they don't even remotely try to actually use the IP. So it just comes off like a fundamental lack of understanding about what makes things popular or why people like certain things. Like the fact that a character is in it and named Goku is not why I want to see it. I want to see it because it's supposed to be a Dragon Ball movie. And they just seem to have a complete and failure at understanding why Dragon Ball is popular and what about it got people to like it to begin with.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's also the case for a lot of anime movies. Death Note movie is basically just a parody of Death Note that someone decided to make, and they slapped Death Note the name on it.
Asian live action ones are pretty good.
The Asian live action ones are good, actually. You're right.
It's because they understand they understand it. Do you know what I mean? The people who make the adaptations to say in a Japanese, drama or even in a movie, they understand it because they grew up with it. You see, us, the Western, like with Ghost in the Shell is a perfect example. They're like, oh, it's popular. Oh, people love Scarlett Johansson. Let's put her in there. And then the people who actually are fans are like, why did you just whitewash one of my favorite animes? That's what they did with Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it was like a case of it. At least Ghost in the Shell had pretty visuals, and then it failed at everything else. There's nothing you can latch on to.
But if I wanted to see something, I could look at a picture book.
It's true. You could just read the manga again. Yeah. Or make a motion comic or something. But yeah, it's really a bummer that literally no one has been able to make, except for, like you said, the ones that come out in Japan, like the Death Note ones.
Or yeah, apparently the JoJo one is really, really good too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
And they just made a Full Metal. They made the Full Metal.
Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't seen that, but to be fair, I haven't seen any outrage from it. So I guess it's one of those things of it's good.
Netflix, because I've seen a lot of outrage about that.
Has it been? Okay, I don't follow.
Yeah, a lot of people have said it's terrible.
The only Full Metal Alchemist fan I know is Rakurai, and I can never trust him with his opinions on movies, at least. And even he was a little bit cautious because he has not seen it yet. So it's a tough thing to do that not a lot of people have figured out how to do it all.
I don't know if maybe it's that they try to scale it up to be too big, because they try to cover a 60-episode anime arc in an hour and a half.
Yeah, this movie's
some of it, but I don't know. It's confusing.
I think it's just they can't get the story. It's like this to say if studios over here, Fox, Paramount, whatever, Sony, if they hired someone as in a Japanese guy to write it, most likely it would be a little bit better to say oh, John Smith wrote this, he watched one Dragon Ball or he watched the first season. It's different. It's different when you are raised up on a concept or on a story and try to put it me. I haven't seen a lot of Dragon Balls, so if I try to make a movie of it, it would probably turn out like shit like this, honestly.
Yeah, And then also, like, you're also, there's that aspect of it, but then you're also getting stuff from the studio where it's like, well, obviously it has to target another demographic different from everyone else.
That too.
So we're going to put our own spin on it, and these people are going to love it. And it turns out, like, actually, no, when you try and deviate it from the things that people love about it, which is Dragon Ball is a story, the original Dragon Ball is a story about a boy who teams up with a girl who eventually turns into a giant ape, and a lot of wacky shit happens, and you try and turn it into, like, an alien invasion, which to be fair, that's what Dragon Ball Z is, but still, like, it doesn't turn out that way. Like, all the stuff that's there is, in theory, stuff that would only make sense to fans, but then people who are coming in are just kind of confused and, like, I don't know what the hell a Namek is, and why all of a sudden, like, for some reason, Grandpa Gohan, Master Roshi, and Ernie Hudson know what a Namek is, but everyone else is like, well, there was never an alien invasion. It's like, okay, I guess only, like, Asian Kung Fu masters know that aliens invaded at some point.
Yeah. It's just people, studios, or whoever, they make something big, like Dragon Ball, Death Note, whatever, who, what, when, where, and they don't think that they're going to get backlash from people in the States or Canada or whatever who's seen it, because they're going to think, oh, no one watches anime here. You get what I mean? Even though it's like this huge title that's been around for gazillion years, they don't think that they're going to get backlash for it. And I think that's why they keep doing shit movies.
I feel like they make these movies because they expect people here to see the characters and be like, oh, I want to see a movie of that character.
Yeah.
But they don't... I feel like they don't
actually make
want
right
that.
to the
They
character.
don't want that. They don't want, oh, you should watch the Death Note. You should watch the Japanese one, because people aren't going to go do that. They're like, I'm not going to watch this cartoon. You know, people have this weird...
Stigmata?
Yeah, stigmata when it comes to anime. So if they think, like, oh, it's live action, it should be fine, this is going to be super cool, like, you're not going to be a nerd or everything or anything if you watch this because it's a big box office movie. It's not. It's not. The story's not there. The movie's not there. The graphics not there. Nothing's there. It's just the names.
I will also say that I just remembered the one Western-made anime adaptation that is actually true to the feeling of that anime, and that's Speed Racer, where it's an incomparable, like, just super hyperistic, like, yeah, let's go, John Goodman, let's fight, bah, bah, bah. Like, that's the closest a Westerner has ever gotten close to the feeling end of an anime, and fucking critics hated that movie. They were just like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. And everyone else is like, yeah, that's kind of how Speed Racer is.
That's how you have to do it. You just have to make it so close to the anime that regular people being pressed or whatever be like, what the fuck is this? Then people would actually be like, yo, this is like super, like, this is spot on.
Yeah. You basically have to do what Iron Man did. But not even Iron Man, because you have to go back to, like, the first Batman, when Batman came out. But the first one by Tim Burton is a movie. Like, when you see that Batman and you go, like, Batman's a dude who doesn't kill, and then you see the Tim Burton Batman and he's, like, fucking smoking people left and right, you go, like, I don't understand why this character is so nothing like Batman. And that's because he had to make a comic book movie that people would like, and they gave it to someone who literally was like, I don't know anything about comics, but I'm willing to make a good movie. And so they made a good movie, and from that point on, they could slowly do the transition into movies that are, like, comic book movies that are now, like, slightly more related to the comics. Like, that's how we would not be able to have, like, Iron Man without that Batman movie that was extremely inaccurate, but was at least a good movie. And I think that kind of goes back to Evolution, is that it's nothing like Dragon Ball, but also it's nothing like a good movie.
Yeah. The missing ingredient in what you just put together was that it's not a good movie in any way.
Yes.
So there's nothing there to establish anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a shitty movie.
You know, in a couple years, we're going to be back here doing a concession stand with the live-action Sonic movie.
Oh,
and we're going to have the same critique because someone's going to fuck it up because they're not going to play all these years of Sonic games. And we're going to be like, Sonic doesn't look like a hedgehog. He just looks like there's a blue dot rolling around at the speed of sound.
I can't believe that the Sonic movie opens with him going to the left. Sonic goes right, damn it.
It's just they can't do it right. They can't.
Why'd they put modern Sonic in?
Yeah, we don't even know what's. You know what?
We don't know yet.
We'll talk about the Sonic movie when the Sonic movie is actually released.
We can watch the OVA.
Oh yeah, I was actually before there was like 3 ideas I had for what we were gonna watch. One of them was Dragon Ball Evolution. The other was Cool Runnings, and the third movie was the OVA for Sonic. Just because that would have like the Australian Knuckles, but I didn't think that would be super easy to find, so I ended up picking.
No, it's pretty easy to find.
Oh well, now I know.
Well, because he's the one who's searching for it. You see me, I would probably have to buy the DVD and get a Type 2 DVD player.
No, it's gonna probably be on VHS
or something. Yeah, you have to buy a VHS copy and put up our VHS player so you can watch the OVA of Sonic in its original glory.
For real. I'm not good with the internet.
Yeah, but do you have any lasting things to say about Evolution, Zen?
I mean, I feel like most of the people who are going to watch this are Dragon Ball fans, so you've already seen it and you already hate it.
Yeah.
But if for somehow you manage to get this far in life without seeing it, you really should. This is a pain I think everybody needs to go through at least once.
It will make you understand why some people are okay with GT. I think.
It's very true. It can always be worse.
It can always be worse. And I don't know. I don't know if there will be a worse thing to come out.
Death Note.
Wait.
But in Dragon Ball.
Oh!
Wait. There's GT fans?
Yeah, trust me, there's GT fans. They'll tell you.
They never shut up either, so they will let you know immediately that
they'll
they're
let you know that Baby Vegeta is one of the greatest villains ever because he has a backstory or some shit.
There's any backstory at all.
They're gonna give me like the 100 facts on why the Shadow Dragon arc is the best one.
Yeah, they'll tell you why it was okay for Goku to go bullshit off and play a board game twice. Fuck me, man.
Remember the final one of the Shadow Dragons was just a mole?
Yes, I remember. God damn. One of them is just a very fat guy. Like, it's amazing in a lot of ways. But yeah, in terms of the bad things in Dragon Ball, I'll say easy enough. Bottom, it's Evolution. Right above that is Goku Black's voice. And then just right above that is probably GT.
Damn.
I'll say that. That's the definitive list as far as
That's
I'm
like
concerned.
level 9 hell.
Yeah, like I'm saying that all 3 of those things that I just mentioned are not as bad as the Chinese Dragon Ball movie I once watched on a Chinese channel that was randomly playing.
Which movie?
It was a Dragon Ball.
It was like that.
It was Ball Dragon.
Yeah, it was called Dragon Ball. It was like it's a Chinese movie that's based off Dragon Ball, and it had weird costumes and it had people with big ass hair, and it was amazing.
That sounds better.
It does. Would you guys have anything lasting to say about Evolution?
Why?
Okay.
God, I wish I didn't spend my money.
Why didn't you just watch it with me?
You know, I felt bad, but now talking about it, I feel bad now because I spent money. I should have not felt bad.
You have like the actual general reaction of people who saw it in the theater, like Zen.
I mean, think about it.
But back at that time, it was like $5 to get into a movie. You know?
Was it?
It came out like
solid
$11
$11.
It was $11. It was $11 back then. I was gonna say you're thinking of this movie was released in 1995, which it looks like a movie that was released in 1995.
I don't go to the movies a lot, and when I do, I don't pay for it, so I don't know prices.
No, I can confirm that. I pay for our tickets a lot of the time. Which is also why I don't go to the movies as often as I used to.
Growing up on Dragon Ball, but not being kept up on it now that I'm hella fucking old, it didn't do it any justice.
No.
I think that's an easy thing to say. All right.
Bold stance on the concession stand that this movie didn't do Dragon Ball justice.
I think that was the tagline. That should have been on the poster. This movie does not do Dragon Ball justice.
No justice.
And you know what? That would have
Dragon
been a good name for a sequel. Like after Dragon Ball Evolution, if there was a second where they would have had their shitty Vegeta and their shitty Nappa. Actually, I want to take a quick second. Who do you think would have played Nappa if given the time? Like,
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel or Nappa?
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
Who would play Raditz?
Who would play Raditz? Who looks like
There
that?
wouldn't be a Raditz. They would write Raditz out.
They would write Raditz out. Who would be Vegeta? Who would be a good small man? The Pest. Tommy. I was gonna say
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire as
Oh, who's the guy who did? Oh,
Tommy Wiseau.
no.
Oh, hello, Goku.
Oh, no, what's his name? Who did Seabiscuit?
Who did Seabiscuit? That's fucking Tobey Maguire.
No, okay, who did Lord of the Rings?
Oh, Gandalf. Not Gandalf.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Gandalf, yes.
Like Ellie Woodman or something. Ellie Wood.
What?
Frodo.
Yeah, Frodo. Who did Frodo?
You said his name, Elijah Wood.
Elijah
Wood, yeah.
Elijah Wood
go.
is Vegeta.
Wait. What about Piccolo?
Piccolo would be
the Green
same
Goblin.
name. He has an actual name, but yeah. Okay, there you go. We've just Dragon Ball Justice would have been a good name for like a sequel to Dragon Ball Evolution.
So how much money do you want to put on this movie? We can start shooting it now.
That would actually be funny if they were actually waiting like after like Dragon Ball or like they're waiting for a kid to grow up and then they're gonna use that kid as a Gohan.
Oh God.
It'll be perfect.
Dragon Ball D Evolution.
But I think it's time to end this. So
this wasn't a sequel, was it? There's
No.
no sequel to this, is there?
No,
No,
this is
there
the only
isn't.
No,
movie.
Street Fighter had a sequel.
No.
Oh, Street Fighter's another. No, that's not. No.
Street
Okay.
Fighter.
Street
Let's
Fighter-
end it before I get into Street Fighter.
Okay, well,
No, it's just.
let me do my ending bit then. Thank you.
My name's Wokey, and this is bye.
No, god damn it! You don't support me and listen to my shows.
I don't.
Step to the grand tour.
Okay,
All right,
wait.
wrap it up.
Let me do my thing because we need to tell the people. We need to show them a preview. I fucking hate you so much. I don't understand why the fuck we had to put my family in this show. So fucking angry. Can't do one goddamn thing right. We're all bundled together in my cold ass room in the dark. Trying to record.
It is cold, but I'm wearing shorts and a sweater.
A preview for coming attractions. Zen, please tell the people what we got planned up next for the next concession stand.
We're taking the easy route and we're doing Star Wars.
Yeah!
Which one?
Which one?
Prequels, and then maybe the rest of them if we don't hate ourselves after doing the prequels.
Starting with the prequels. You guys don't have to watch those.
Holiday special. Let's go.
Well, maybe.
Wait, does that mean we're returning?
No.
No,
You
we're
guys don't
returning for the special episode of The Avatar: The Last Airbender.
have- Yeah, well, I'll bring you guys in for another episode, like, way later. This is bad for my health and bad for me.
I mean, I'm having a good time. I haven't had a heart attack today. How about you?
I'm pretty good.
And how do you feel? And how do you feel, Seth?
Next time on To Be Announced.
Next to be announced, Yaiomom does therapy on her brother because she broke him.
You didn't even let him answer.
That's sequel!
I keep wanting to look at my ears. I'm thinking Zen is hung up on us and is just leaving us behind.
He didn't answer fast enough. This is quick. He's gotta go.
He's going for the internet. He's fucking somewhere else. He's not-
Okay, then let him answer.
Okay.
Zen, how do you feel
How
about
do you
us?
feel?
About you all as a unit, or just
On this
As our
episode?
fusion.
the quality of this episode is roughly equivalent to the movie that we watched, so I think it's good to keep it consistent.
So are you telling us we're exactly the movie or better?
Are you saying you'd give us 5 out of 4
A
stars?
little better. No, nothing's that bad.
Nothing that bad. At least we knew going in that this was going to be a shit show.
I didn't think it was gonna end up this way.
I didn't.
Anyway, as I was saying, we're going to start with the prequel trilogy, and then we'll see after that if we're able to go through the good ones. But we'll definitely start with the prequels.
You have to read all the books.
Yeah,
Star Wars is a book.
We can't go into this. I'm going to end the show. Zen, say goodbye to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
You guys say goodbye as well.
Alright, ready.
Goodbye.
Bye. That was so bad.
Next time on the modcast.
Next time on the modcast,
It's called To Be Released.
I'll show up
When it's gonna be
and burp again.
Just barge in the door.
I'll march in the door and be like, "What you doing?" And he'd be and Wokey
I'm
would look
cutting,
at.
I'm cutting all of this.
No, you're
Why?
not.